This one hidden thing blocks fat burn after 40, and it's not your diet. Your doctor won't mention it, but it's wrecking your metabolism. Fix this, and stubborn belly fat finally starts to melt. This is the one diet plan nobody talks about. Fixing your cell membranes. Every cell in your body has a membrane around it. The membrane is the intelligence of your cells. It's called the bodyguard of your cells. And what you want to do, burn fat, lower inflammation, and feel like a rock star, is to fix those cell membranes. I'll be giving you a protocol on exactly how to do that. You see, when those cell membranes are inflamed, good things cannot get in. What are those good things? Your hormones, including your fat-burning hormones, nutrients from food, oxygen, and this communication is blocked. Then you have this buildup of toxins within your cells that creates more inflammation and more weight loss resistance. So years of poor lifestyle behaviors have contributed to this cell membrane inflammation. When that happens, your hormones are blocked. So what is the solution? Here are the 3 most important things you want to do right away to regenerate those cell membranes. The first one is a specific fat that your cell membrane loves called phosphatidylcholine. This fat literally rebuilds healthy cell membranes, so your cells could start to hear your fat-burning hormones. The foods that have the highest concentration of phosphatidylcholine include eggs with the yolk, beef liver, chicken liver, and wild-caught salmon. On top of adding those foods to your grocery shopping list, I highly suggest you supplement with phosphatidylcholine as a supplement, an oil. The product that I use and recommend is from Body Bio, and I would start off with 1 teaspoon per day and work your way up to 3 teaspoons per day within the first 2 weeks. I'll drop a link and a coupon code for Body Bio down below. The second thing that you want to do to regenerate those cell membranes are high quality electrolytes and minerals. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, and also these specific minerals called fulvic and humic acid. They keep the membranes electrically charged for nutrient flow. So you could get this through supplementation of a high quality unflavored electrolyte, and I'll drop a link for the one that I used down below, and also through supplementation of minerals like fulvic and humic, and I use B minerals for that. You also want to eat high quality food on regenerative farms, organic crops, which contain most of these minerals, vitamins, and magnesium, potassium, etc. So every single morning, you want to start off your morning with 8 to 16 ounces of high quality spring water, and then pour in your minerals and electrolytes and drink that to recharge your cells every single morning. The third way to regenerate cell membranes is through a process called deep delta sleep. When you sleep at night, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. There are different stages of sleep that you go through. REM stage is rapid eye movement, great for memory consolidation. But in terms of fat loss and cell membrane repair and detoxification, we want deep delta sleep. This is a stage of sleep where your body just starts lowering inflammation, detoxifying, regenerating cell membranes, and you could increase your quality of sleep, especially deep sleep, by doing the 3 following things. Number 1, you want to make sure your bedroom is cold. The research shows that 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit is where you should set that temperature because you want to have a cold environment. The second thing is a dark bedroom. You could use blackout curtains, or you can use a sleep mask at night to block out any light coming in your eyes. So you want to turn off the television, any lights that are coming from your bedroom, like alarm clocks or anything like that, you might want to cover up and make sure that bedroom is cold and dark. The third thing is no food, no eating at least 3 hours before bed. One of the fastest ways to create inflammation, weight gain, and wake up feeling hungry is to eat too close to bedtime. By giving yourself at least 3 hours of fasting before bed, you allow your body to complete some of that digestion, you lower your body temperature, you lower your resting heart rate, and you get deep delta fat burning sleep. The second step here to remove these triggers that have contributed to cellular inflammation is to remove these inflammatory triggers. If we think of your metabolism as an engine, the following items are sludge in the fuel line. Number 1, inflammatory fats like seed oils. The reason why these are so inflammatory is because the way that they are processed. And there's a process called lipid membrane reorganization that I talk about in my latest book, Metabolic Freedom, Chapter 4, which shows that when you consume these bad fats, which are, by the way, in 80% of our entire food supply here in the United States, even at healthy restaurants, even at Whole Foods supermarket, when you consume these fats, within hours, they embed into the cell membranes, creating inflammation. And here's the worst thing about this. You might think, okay, my body would get rid of these bad fats in maybe some hours or some days. Nope. It's actually 2 years is the half-life of these bad fats, meaning when you consume them, 680 days later, half of them are still around your cell membrane, creating inflammation. So here's a list of 8 of them with an additional bonus you want to avoid at all costs or minimize as much as possible. We have canola oil, called rapeseed oil in the UK, corn oil and cottonseed oil. We have soybean, safflower, and sunflower oil. Then we have rice bran oil and grapeseed oil. These are called vegetable oils. The 9th fat that might be surprising that's actually causing inflammation at a cell membrane level is fish oil. Most fish oil is rancid. It creates inflammation. Most people overdose with fish oil. So you hear later on in the protocol why you don't want to take fish oil, but why eating small fatty fish and the right fish, which I'll suggest for you, is a better move. What you want to do is swap out those seed oils for saturated fats and monounsaturated fats to start building those cell membranes and getting rid of those seed oils faster. These are going to be the following fats. Coconut oil is a great saturated fat. Butter, ghee, beef tallow, duck fat, and lard from a healthy source. Then we have monounsaturated fats such as avocado oil and olive oil. The second thing to remove is going to be refined carbohydrates and refined sugars. You're going to typically find this in packaged foods. They spike insulin, promote fat storage, and create inflammation. So what you want to do is focus on single ingredient foods. It's a really simple concept. We've heard it before. Just eat whole foods. There's a lot of truth to this. I'll give you an example of what I mean here. If you're shopping at the supermarket and you're shopping the perimeter, you're going to see real food. When you look at the food like an avocado or broccoli or salmon or a potato, you're going to see what is the ingredient list going to show. One ingredient, what you're looking at. But when you go to the inner aisle and instead of buying the potato, you buy the potato chip, which now is processed, there are 15, 20, 30 ingredients. Now it's processed. So as much as possible, eat single ingredient foods. And the third trigger here creating inflammation are toxins. These are hidden toxins like BPA, found in a lot of plastic water bottles, plastic Tupperware, plastic cutting board, and surprisingly, the cash register receipt they hand to you at the supermarket or the gas station. Studies actually show there are 1,000 times more of this toxin BPA in a single cash register receipt than in canned food. So what do? You say no to your cash register receipt. You buy glass water bottles instead of plastic. You use wooden cutting boards instead of plastic. You use glass Tupperware instead of plastic. And never put fat in plastic Tupperware and never microwave plastic Tupperware. Then we have glyphosate-coated grains like oatmeal, oat milk, and a lot of wheat products. They're loaded with glyphosate, which creates inflammation at a cell level. As much as possible, eat organic, non-GMO. And the third toxin is going to be artificial sweeteners like sucralose and aspartame you find in a lot of diet drinks. Gatorade Zero, Diet Coke, and many of these sugar-free, fat-free foods and drinks. Instead, you want to have stevia and monk fruit, which are better alternatives. I even like xylitol and allulose as a good option. Step 3 in your protocol is to restore mitochondrial function. Your mitochondria are fat-burning furnaces. It produces energy. It helps you burn fat. It helps you have energy. And the healthier your mitochondria, the more calories your body burns just sitting on the couch. So here are the top 3 ways to support your mitochondria. Number 1, intermittent fasting. A daily 18-6 schedule allows your body to fix and clean damaged mitochondria through a process called mitophagy. So an 18-6 schedule is out of a 24-hour period for 18 hours, you're fasted, no food. You're having just water, the non-flavored electrolytes and minerals we spoke about, coffee, tea, no food. Then for 6 hours, you have your whole foods, your single ingredient foods. You could have 2 to 3 meals within the 6-hour window. So what that would look like on your calendar is between 12 and 6 p.m., you have your meals. Between 6 p.m. and 12 p.m. the next day, you're fasted. And you could rearrange that schedule however you'd like. Just make sure 18 hours fasting, 6 hours eating, and you're going to clean out mitochondrial gunk and junk. Second way to support the mitochondria is movement, especially short bursts of high intensity interval training. This is called HIIT. So you could sprint, you could cycle, you could swim, you could play basketball, anything that gets the heart rate up, and then you rest for a little bit, gets the heart rate up, and rest for a little bit, supports mitochondrial health and something called mitochondrial biogenesis, which is the creation of new healthy mitochondria that are now burning fat efficiently. The third thing is mitochondrial superfoods. CoQ10 is a great supplement to take to support mitochondria, especially mitochondria in your heart. And I'll drop a link for my favorite CoQ10 supplement down below. PQQ, another great supplement to support mitochondrial function. And I'll drop a link down below for that. And then omega-3 fats, not from fish oil, but from small fatty fish. Here's the acronym I want you to remember. These are going to be the healthy fish to consume. It's called SMASH. S is for salmon, M is for mackerel, A is for anchovies, S is for sardines, and H is for herring. Find wild-caught fish from any of that SMASH acronym. And the fourth supplement is going to be magnesium, especially magnesium glycinate. Great for mitochondrial function, and I'll drop a link for magnesium in the notes down below as well. I know this might be different information that you've come across before because you've been told if you're overweight, just eat less and move more. But this doesn't work, especially if you're 40 or older. Look, hormones naturally decline with age. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA, growth hormone. And eventually, if you don't make the changes I outlined here today, you're going to develop insulin resistance. And even small amounts of carbohydrates will spike fat storage. So when you just focus on calories and cutting calories, your metabolism starts to slow down to match the energy coming in. It's not about calories. You don't have a weight problem. You have a weight symptom. When we focus on calories, we're focusing on the symptom of being overweight. But I just mentioned, you don't have a weight problem. In other words, we don't lose weight in order to get healthy. We get healthy to lose weight. And everything I shared today helps you get healthy, and losing weight is the side effect. The real enemy here is cellular inflammation. You might even have normal labs and be thinking, why don't I not feel well? My labs look fine. Why am I overweight? Well, it's because your labs are looking at your blood, not cell membrane inflammation. Everything you just learned will reduce cell inflammation. And here's the amazing thing about today's protocol. It works so well that you're going to notice results in a matter of days. I cannot wait to come back to this lesson on YouTube and read the comments of those who have followed this protocol. Now, I'm going to get to the common questions you have posted on this topic. Before I do, I want to give you a free resource. This is going to take what you learned today into some more actionable steps. This is a free ebook that has 3 easy steps to help you lose 10 pounds in the next 7 days as a side effect of getting healthy, as a side effect of lowering cell inflammation. If you scan the QR code on the screen for those watching on YouTube, you could download this for free, or go to burnfatbook.com, or click the link in the notes of this podcast. You can download it today. I'm also doing a speaking tour for my latest book, Metabolic Freedom. I'm speaking across the U.S., in the Middle East. We're adding dates. I'd love to see you in person. We're doing book signings, giveaways, meet and greets. If you head over to benazadi.com/events, you can see where I'm speaking next, and I hope to see you in person. Now, let's get to your questions. Can I rebuild cell membranes without supplements, just through food? You can. It will take longer. That's why I recommended the supplements to speed things along. But yes, you can definitely do it by removing those triggers I mentioned, incorporating the healthy fats. You will regenerate those cell membranes. How do I know if I have mitochondrial dysfunction without expensive testing? If you have a symptom right now, whether it is joint pain, poor sleep, weight gain, weight loss resistance, brain fog, I could list thousands of symptoms. Any symptom you have is a result of poor mitochondrial dysfunction. That's right. When your mitochondria are not producing energy and burning fat, you will have a symptom. And what I teach in Metabolic Freedom, my latest book, is that those symptoms are not the problem. They're a gift from your innate intelligence showing you something you're eating, something you're thinking, something in your environment is off. Let's get you back to homeostasis, and I will show you a symptom to wake you up. It's your body's check engine light. Can I combine this approach with keto or carnivore for faster results? 100% yes. Keto carnivore works wonderful, especially when you do it the right way. So that free ebook guide I gave you shares a little bit more about that information, but my book, Metabolic Freedom, goes a little bit deeper. What's the best way to measure progress besides the scale especially for belly fat. I would recommend you get a body fat measurement done. You could do that several different ways. I have an in-body fat machine, and it gives you an idea of what your body fat percentage is, your muscle mass, total weight. I would check that every single day and look at trends and make sure you're going in the right direction. And I'll drop a link for the in-body scale that I use in the notes down below. You also want to pay attention to non-scale victories like your energy levels, your skin complexion, how your clothes fit. You're going to be getting a lot of compliments. Pay attention to that. So it's not just about the total number on the scale. It's about all the other things you want to pay attention to. That's the protocol. Follow it. You'll get exceptional results. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you love this lesson and you want to learn more about fasting, there are 3 gigantic mistakes I've made in the past on fasting, and I outline those mistakes plus the latest research on fasting in this brand new video. Here's a clip, then click the video on the screen, and I'll see you in that next lesson. It actually backfires and causes weight loss resistance. When you go into a fast as a sugar burner, it's like trying to run a marathon without training. You'll crash, you'll crave, you'll binge. Research shows that 93% of people in the United States are sugar burners, meaning they rely on glucose for energy.